Today we're taking a look at one of my favorite dehumidifiers that I've tried. This thing can dehumidify up to 4,500 square feet. So this is not meant for little tiny closets, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. This thing can pull the moisture out from your entire house. This thing is a beast, and I'm going to show you everything that it can do, all the features and things that set this one apart from the other ones that I've tried. So if you've been looking for a great dehumidifier to take all that yucky, nasty moisture from your air and give you a nice, dry environment, this is probably the one for you, but let's see why. So I wanted to turn the lights off just for a minute so that you could see some of the cool things about this dehumidifier. So you have here where it shows you the current humidity in the room that you're in. And so you can see that it's right now at 44% humidity. And this will adjust as this is running. So you get a real-time, accurate glimpse at how humid it is in the room that you're in. And then we also have this nice ambient lighting here on the bottom, which you can turn off, but I think that it's really pretty. And then as you'll notice down here, this is Energy Star rated, which is extremely important. If you're going to be running this thing all day long, you want to make sure that it's not going to increase your electric bill by a mile. So this is definitely something that you are going to be able to run all night, all day, however long that you need it. Now you're going to set the actual level that you want to get to, and then as soon as it reaches that level, it will turn off for you. Or you can set it to just run continuously and it will just keep going. It won't turn off. Now, if you're going to run it continuously, you're going to want to make sure that you are hooked up with the drainage tube to some sort of a water outlet. So you could have it going into a tub, you could have it going into a sump pump, whatever you want to do. You just want to make sure that you're actually getting proper drainage. Otherwise, if you're okay with it turning on and off, then you're going to be able to run it so that you can drain it from here. Now, while the tube is connected, this is not collecting any water. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the light back on and then we'll continue looking. So we have our giant, almost 2-gallon water tank back here, and it's really easy to get it out. We've got like 2 little grips here on the side that your hands just kind of fit into on both sides, and then you're just gonna pull out. Sorry, I'm a little caught up here on my cords. So right now you can see that I have the tube connected, but if you want to be using this, you're just going to pull this out and then set this off to the side. Once you put this back in, rather than draining through the tube, it's going to collect the water into this tank. This tank holds almost 2 gallons. It's 1.7 gallons of water will fit into this tank. Once the tank is completely full, the machine will beep 20 consecutive beeps and the light will go from blue to red. That's going to let you know that the tank is full, and at that time it will stop running automatically, so it's not going to continue running and overflow water into your floor. So we're just going to put that right back on, and now we're leaving the tube out. While we're back here, I wanted to show you 2 other features. So this does have this little filter here. You can pop it off, and if it's dirty, just take a little vacuum up all of the dust and debris, or take a damp cloth and wipe it off. You want to do that every couple of weeks to keep the coils nice and clean. Then the other thing that we have here are these 2 little cord keepers. So kind of like on a vacuum where you can wrap up the cord, we have that on this dehumidifier as well. So when it's not in use, just wrap the cord up and it will be out of the way for you. So then you don't have to worry about having the cord dragging all over the place. The other thing that's really nice when it comes to storage and movement is we have 4 wheels that turn really, really well. Now that's nice because this thing's not super lightweight. It is a little bit on the heavier side. If you have water in it, it's going to be even heavier. So having those wheels makes this so much easier to move. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug it back in so that we can look at some of the other features. All right, so when we turn on the unit, it's going to automatically open the release area. So this is where the warm, dry air is going to be coming out. The air is sucked in through the back where this filter is. So you don't want this to be right up against a wall because it needs room for the air to circulate. So it's going to pull in through here, and then it's going to release the dry air up here. We also have multiple different settings. So we have 3 different levels of the dehumidifier. We have a low, a continuous, and a high. So depending on how much you want this running, you can choose that. We also have the fan speed. We have 2 speeds, high and a low for the fan speed. Now that's gonna, if you're doing just a ventilation mode, which is another one of the modes, where you just want to circulate the air and get it moving, that's just the fan running. It's not collecting any moisture at that time. It also has a dry mode, which is for like drying clothes, which is really cool. So if you are somebody who washes your clothes, but you don't want to put them into the dryer, or you have special clothes that can't go into the dryer, you can hang them up, run this on dry mode, and it's going to help speed up that process of drying those clothes inside, which is really, really cool. Then you can increase or decrease the level of humidity that you want this to achieve. And then it also has a timer mode, so you can set it based on hours, how many hours you want it to run continuously. And again, if you're not going to be around, you probably want to have this tube hooked up. Otherwise, it will turn off as soon as it's full. And then we have sleep mode, which is really just going to be cleaning out the air while you're sleeping. And it's going to make sure that all the lights are off. And then we have that ventilate mode, which I let you know about, where it's just circulating the air. And then lastly, there is a child lock. So if you set that, if your kids come and they start to touch the buttons, they won't be able to touch or make any changes because that child lock is on. So I have been really, really happy overall with this dehumidifier. Like I said, it does up to 4,500 square feet, which is really, really impressive for a dehumidifier of this size. So if you have an area in your house or your entire house is just really moist, definitely check this out. It's great for basements. It's great if you live near the water. So many different uses, and my favorite is the keeping the dry clothes after you wash them, getting them dry quicker. I love the sleekness of this. I love that it's Energy Star. Overall, I give this thing 5 stars. So if you're looking for one, I think this could be the right one for you.